And welcome back to the channel. This is question 2 of 5 of the second set of difficult GCSE problems. And I thought I'd choose one today, which I know most people don't like, which is a circles theorem question. However, just to make it extra irritating, you will notice that down here it says give a reason for each stage you're working. So I would like you to make sure that you've written the correct words, and I need to see in the way that GCSEs will be marked, I need to see you writing the terms that I'm looking for. So I'll explain that a bit better when I actually go through it. So again, pause the video, have a go at the question, make sure you are answering the question fully, and I'll go through it properly in a couple of minutes' time. Okay, so how did we do? It's often a good idea to sort of work out what we're actually looking for. Now, one thing of note of this question is the lines ADE and BCE are not tangents. So there's nothing to do with 90 degrees here. This is definitely not quite as straightforward as a question as it seems. Moreover, it also looks like that ED and EC are not the same length. It doesn't actually say that, but it doesn't appear they are. It doesn't tell you they are, so therefore you can't assume it's true. So this question definitely has a bit more about it than your usual circle theorem type questions. So as I say, let's go through, let's see what we think we're trying to find, and then let's work out how we can get from the only angle we're given to the angle that we want. So it says, can you work out angle CDE? So CDE is going to be this angle here. Now, quite often with these questions, it's worthwhile just writing some numbers down and then writing down your stages afterwards, trying to keep track of what you've done. Because otherwise you'll end up just writing down a whole load of stuff and it might go the wrong route and it's not very helpful. So for me, the first thing I would note, and obviously I do know where this is going, but even if I was doing this blind, the first thing I would note is I've got 132 in the center and I've got angle BAD, and I know BAD must be 66 degrees because 132 divided by 2 is 66 degrees. But I need to make sure I'm writing the reason as well. Now, one thing you must do is you must connect your angle with your reason. It is perfectly acceptable to make it clear. So you can see what I've done here is I've put the number 1, and then with my reason, I've reasoned it as number 1 here. I've linked the reason to the angle. So it could be an arrow, it could be a line. As long as the examiner can tell what you are doing, you will be okay. So I've written angle at circumference is half the angle at the center, and therefore I've implied that 66 degrees. That is fine. Now, the words I'm looking for, this is always a slightly difficult one, but I'm looking for some clear understanding of the circumference and center and half the angle. So some words including that. Then, again, I'm still sort of flailing around a bit trying to work out different angles, but I can see that because ADCB is a cyclic quadrilateral, I must know this angle here, and I know that angle must be 114. And the reason I know that is reason 2, and now these are the words you need. I need to see opposite angles, I need to see the word cyclic, and I need to see total 180. Now, different mark schemes require slightly different amount of words. I think you might need all or some of those words, but those words are going to guarantee you the point for them for noting what the correct reason is. So I've got 114. Now this is actually a bit harder, and this is where some of you may have got stuck. I can notice that down here I've got angle 114. This here, BC to E, is a straight line, so it means that this angle here must be 66. Now, to be clear, I don't write that 66 because angle 1 was 66. I need to show how I've got there. I can't just make an assumption with a rule that isn't a set rule. So I'm then going to say that's because of rule 3, because angles on a straight line total 180. And then I've done the question. And for those that can't quite see where I finish off, I have a triangle, which is triangle EDC. I know angle 16 degrees. I know angle 66 degrees. So therefore D is going to be 180 minus 66 minus 16, which is going to give me 98 degrees. And just to make sure I've completed the question, I've also written that angles in a triangle total 180 degrees. Again, really nice question. Lots of words that you need to show. Make sure you've got explanations that are clear. The mark scheme specifically we're looking for certain words, so unfortunately it is a case of learning those. That's question 2 out of 5 done. Have a go at the other 3 questions and make sure you get them all. Do make sure you like, subscribe, usual deal, leave a comment if there's something you're not quite sure about, and I will get back to you. Thanks all.